open, but I'll turn over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Zuckerberg, let me start with you. Did I hear you say in your opening statement that there's no link between mental health and social media use?
Senator, what I said is I think it's important to look at the science. I know it's people widely talk about this as if that is something that's already been proven. And I think that the bulk of the scientific evidence does not support that.
Well, really, let me just remind you of some of the science from your own company. Instagram studied the effect of your platform on teenagers. Let me just read you some quotes from the Wall Street Journal's report on this. Company researchers found that Instagram is harmful for a sizable percentage of teenagers, most notably teenage girls. Here's a quote from your own study. Quote, "We make body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teen girls." Here's another quote. "Teens blamed Instagram," this is your study, "for increases in the rate of anxiety and depression. This reaction was unprompted and consistent across all groups." That's your study.
What's up, America? Welcome back to America Patriots, where freedom rings louder than a bald eagle riding a Harley through a fireworks show. Before we dive into today's wild video, listen, if you're tired of big tech CEOs pretending they don't know what's going on in their own companies, if you like truth served with side of humor, and if you're a proud American who thinks accountability shouldn't be optional, then hit that subscribe button like it owes you money. Smash that like button because it helps us fight the algorithm overlords. And drop a comment telling me what you think. Because unlike certain billionaires, I actually want to hear from the people. All right, let's get into it.
Senator, we try to understand the feedback and how people feel about the services. We can improve.
Wait a minute, your own study says that you make life worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls. You increase
Senator,
anxiety and depression. That's what it says. And you're here testifying to us in public that there's no link. You've been doing this for years. For years, you've been coming in public and testifying under oath that there's absolutely no link. Your product is wonderful. The science is nascent, full speed ahead, while internally, you know full well your product is a disaster for teenagers.
Senator,
and yet you keep right on doing what you're doing. Right?
Not true. That's not true.
Let me show you some other facts I know that you're familiar with. Wait a minute. That's not a question. That's not a question. Those are facts, Mr. Zuckerberg. That's not a question.
Those aren't facts.
Let me show you some more facts. Here's some information from a whistleblower who came before the Senate and testified under oath in public. He worked for you. He's a senior executive. Here's what he showed he found when he studied your products. So, for example, this is girls between the ages of 13 and 15 years old. 37% of them reported that they had been exposed to nudity on the platform unwanted in the last 7 days. 24% said that they had experienced unwanted sexual advances they'd been propositioned in the last 7 days. 17% said they had encountered self-harm content pushed at them in the last 7 days. Now, I know you're familiar with these stats because he sent you an email where he lined it all out. I mean, we've got a copy of it right here. My question is, who did you fire for this? Who got fired because of that?
Senator, we study all of this because it's important and we want to improve our services.
Well, you just told me a second ago you studied it, that there was no linkage. Who did you fire?
I said you mischaracterized.
37% of teenage girls between 13 and 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram. You knew about it. Who did you fire?
Senator, this is why we're building all.
Who did you fire?
Tools. Senator, I don't think that's.
Who did you fire?
I'm not going to answer that.
Because you didn't fire anybody, right? You didn't take any significant action.
It's appropriate to talk about
it's not appropriate.
HR decisions.
Do you know who's sitting behind you? You've got families from across the nation whose children are either severely harmed or gone, and you don't think it's appropriate to talk about steps that you took? The fact that you didn't fire a single person? Let me ask you this. Have you compensated any of the victims?
Sorry?
Have you compensated any of the victims? These girls, have you compensated them?
I don't believe so.
Why not? Don't you think they deserve some compensation for what your platform has done? Help Senator, with counseling services, help with dealing with the issues that your services cause?
Our job is to make sure that we build tools to help keep people safe.
Are you going to compensate them?
Senator, our job and what we take seriously is making sure that we build industry-leading tools to find harmful
To make
content,
money.
take it off the services,
To make money.
and to build tools that empower parents.
So you
that
didn't
help
take
work
any
with-
action. You didn't
That's
take
not
any
true,
action. You
Senator.
didn't fire anybody. You haven't
not true.
compensated a
That's
single
not-
victim.
that's
Let
not
me
what I
ask you
said.
this. Let me ask you this. There's families of victims here today. Have you apologized to the victims? Would you like to do so now?
Well-
they're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you have all gone through. It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invest so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
You know, why, Mr. Zuckerberg, why should your company not be sued for this? Why is it that you can claim, you hide behind a liability shield, you can't be held accountable? Shouldn't you be held accountable personally? Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I think I've already answered this. I mean, these
Well,
are
try this
serious
again.
issues.
Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I view my job and the job of our company as building the best tools that we can to keep our community safe.
Well, you're failing at that.
Well, Senator, we're doing an industry-leading effort. We build AI tools
nonsense. Your product is killing people. Will you personally commit to compensating the victims? You're a billionaire. Will you commit to compensating the victims? Will you set up a compensation fund
Senator,
with your
I
money?
think these are
With your money.
complicated- Senator, these are complicated
Yes, no,
issues.
that's not a complicated question, though. That's a
Senator,
yes or no.
this is-
Will you set up a victims compensation fund with your money, the money you made on these families sitting behind you? Yes or no?
Senator, I don't think that's my job is to
Sounds
make
like
sure
a
we build
no.
good tools. My
Sounds
job
like a
is
no.
to make sure that
Your job is to be responsible for what your company has done. You've made billions of dollars on the people sitting behind them. Are you here? You've done nothing to help them. You've done nothing to compensate them. You've done nothing to put it right. You could do so here today, and you should. You should, Mr. Zuckerberg.
So today we're reacting to Senator Josh Hawley absolutely grilling Mark Zuckerberg like a 4th of July hot dog. And folks, phew. If this was a boxing match, Zuckerberg's corner would have thrown in the towel, packed up the cooler, and gone home. I mean, Hawley came in ready. You could practically hear the theme from Rocky playing in the background. Zuckerberg starts off with the classic CEO line. There's no proven link between social media and mental health issues. And Hawley basically says, buddy, your own company wrote the receipts. And that's when it all goes downhill for poor Zuck. Hawley reads out Instagram's own research, their own words, saying it makes body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls. Anxiety up, depression up, and Zuckerberg sits there like he's trying to solve a math problem with crayons. Then Hawley brings out the whistleblower stats. And folks, I'm telling you, it gets real. You can practically hear Zuckerberg thinking, man, I should have stayed home today. Hawley hits him with 37% exposed to unwanted nudity, 24% getting unwanted propositions, 17% pushed self-harm content, all in 1 week. 1 week. I can't even get my Amazon packages delivered in 1 week. Then Hawley asked the question every American has been wondering. Who did you fire? And Zuckerberg's answer is basically, well, nobody. Nobody, folks. Not a single person. Not even a stern talking to. If your dog made this many mistakes, at least you'd hide the trash can. Then Hawley asks if victims were compensated. Zuck, I don't believe so. You don't believe so? Buddy, you got more data than NASA. You know what people had for breakfast in 2009, but you don't believe victims were compensated? Hawley keeps going because this man showed up ready to work, and he asks if Zuckerberg wants to apologize. And you could practically see the internal software update happening behind Zuckerberg's eyes. He finally spits out a carefully engineered apology, probably approved by 6 lawyers and a robot. And just when you think Hawley's done, nope, he goes for the final level. Will you pay victims out of your own billions? And Zuckerberg's like, well, see, my job is to build tools. Yeah, okay, Mark, tools. We got it. Now look, I'm a right-wing patriot, which means a couple things. I believe in accountability. I believe in protecting kids. And I believe you shouldn't be able to hide behind a legal shield the size of the Hoover Dam when your product hurts people. And the thing is, This shouldn't be political at all. Protecting kids? That's not right wing, left wing. That's common sense. That's American. That's human. Hawley didn't come swinging because he's a Republican. He came swinging because these companies act like they're above the law, above morality, and above answering basic questions like, hey, maybe don't let 13-year-olds get spammed with inappropriate content. The fact that a U.S. senator had to drag this information out of the CEO of one of the biggest tech companies on the planet, like a dad pulling teeth out a kid who doesn't want to admit he broke the window, that tells you everything you need to know. And honestly, watching Zuckerberg dodge the simplest questions was kind of hilarious. It was like watching someone try to explain why they weren't speeding while holding a speeding ticket in each hand. Anyway, Patriots, let me know what you think. Was Hawley right to press him this hard? Should Zuckerberg compensate victims? Should big tech finally face some good old-fashioned American accountability? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And remember to like, subscribe, and share this video if you support truth, transparency, and a little patriotic comedy. This is America Patriots, signing off. Stay loud, stay proud, and stay free. United States fire.